All right. So we are live. My big ass bottle of water. Make sure that you hydrate daily. So today, I'm just gonna jump right into it. I got a message here talking about how, I got a message here from an anonymous person saying that I sleep about 2 hours a night. I'm exhausted and tired of the meds. And honestly, this breaks my heart because this is a very common issue for those that are struggling to get really deep restorative sleep. And it's much more common than what people think. So I wanted to just jump in here and just kind of provide some value for someone that is listening to this and probably still up from the night and hadn't been sleeping, the night before. And hopefully this provides some value to you. Before I do that, just want to introduce myself. My name is DeLamar. I'm a sleep specialist and registered respiratory therapist. Have over 10 years background working with those with not only just sleep issues, but breathing, cardiovascular issues as well. So this is something that I'm passionate about, and something that I've seen a lot with not only the clients that I work with now, but my patients that I work with as well. So if you're struggling to get just a few hours a night of sleep, I want to start off by saying that your body isn't broken, right? And it's not failing you. What it's actually doing is overprotecting you. Now, this might sound a little different than what you've usually heard, because usually what you'll hear is not the root cause of the issue. Most likely what you've heard before is different than what I'm about to tell you. Because most companies are trying to sell you some sort of drug or medication or something to put a band-aid over the problem, but what the problem really is it's a lot deeper. But if you take the value from this video, you'll start understanding and you start using it, then it will become much of a permanent solution to some of the temporary fixes that you've been finding, whether that was melatonin, whether it was sleeping pillows, special sprays that you spray on your pillow, affirmations. I mean, I've heard it all. Watches and rings and all type of gadgets, technology. So most people that struggle with chronic insomnia, they aren't awake because they're not tired. They're awake because their nervous system doesn't know how to let go. Another way to say that is that those that struggle with sleep issues usually have an issue with feeling safe within their nervous system. So it's actually beyond the conscious mind. It goes into the subconscious, down into the nervous system, where a lot of processes are going on unconsciously, right? You don't tell your heart to beat. You don't tell your lungs to breathe for you. They just do, right? Because they're ran off of a system called the autonomic nervous system, right? And so we have a lot of functions happening within our body that we don't have to be conscious of, but these things are keeping us alive. So a lot of people don't see it like that when they have a problem with their sleep, right? They don't think that the relationship that they were just in, that, the divorce that they just got out of, that the job that they just lost, they don't think that any of that initially, has anything to do with your sleep. And I'm not talking about something that even just happened like recently. I'm talking about a good relationship gone bad 10 years ago, how that can affect your sleep. How you're waking up at night and thinking about, what you should have did or what you should have said, or, things that have happened that are still affecting your sleep now. So it's not your fault, really, and your body isn't broken. But here's the part that no one's telling you. Sleep meds, they don't fix insomnia, okay? The gadgets don't fix insomnia. The pills, the supplements, the melatonin, they don't fix insomnia. All they do is just quiet the noise of the real problem, which is underneath, right? And they actually can promote you to be even more high on alert if you don't know what the problem is or when it started or how to even fix it. You know, so you always circle back and you come back to this problem, and you may have that relief, that initial relief for, you know, a few days, maybe a few weeks, and then you end up right back at square one, and the problem feels like it's a little greater, a little bit bigger. So that's why people say that they're tired of using meds. And also too, the side effects. Have you ever seen the list of side effects on these drugs? You know, it's crazy. You know, it's more side effects than it is solutions that come with the medications. And these side effects are nasty. A lot of them cause restlessness. So why take them? I mean, you know, I'm not telling you not to take your medication. I'm just telling you to think about it, and do consult with your doctor. Do get a second opinion from another doctor. But actually do find out the root cause. And that can be in a relationship that was never resolved. That can be essentially a nervous system. I won't go into everything, but essentially a nervous system that was not made to feel safe, not made to feel comfortable. And that's exactly what usually what the problem is that the nervous system just does not feel safe. So, you know, deep down the body knows that these medications, these quick fixes isn't the solution, right? Because sleep isn't a skill. It isn't something that you can trick your body to do. Okay, let's see. Am I back? Man, it's connection issues, huh? Well, I want to give you, like I was saying, I don't know how much you caught, but I want to give you, you know, something that you can use tonight where you don't need supplements, you don't need routines, you don't need anything extra to get that help that you need, and that you can start sleeping better tonight, okay? So if you're awake tonight, and you know, what I want you to do is I want you to stop trying to sleep, okay? I know that sounds crazy, but I'm gonna say that again. If you're awake tonight, if you're having issues with sleeping tonight, I want you to immediately just stop trying to sleep, okay? And I want you to begin to say to yourself, you know, I'm allowed to sleep, okay? But I'm also allowed to be awake, okay? Now, that sounds a little counterintuitive, but what you're doing is you're taking the pressure off of trying to force sleep, okay? You don't want to scare sleep away, right? It's like on a date, right? You don't want to profess your love to someone that you just met just a few minutes ago, in a different way, but you get what I'm saying. Like you want the love, right? You want the connection of sleep to be a result of the things that you did before that, right? Just becoming that person is essentially what I'm saying. Becoming that person that can sleep deeply. And so talking to yourself is key, you know, and communicating that self-talk, you know, I'm allowed to be awake right now. Nothing bad is going to happen if I stay awake. Totally fine. Okay. So the moment that you stop trying to allow to make sleep happen, the pressure just drops, right? That pressure drops, and pressure is what keeps insomnia alive. Okay. So closing, I just want to finish up here too, to say that people who finally sleep, they're not trying harder, okay? So I just want to reiterate that point. People who get really deep restorative sleep, they're not trying harder, they're not trying to get sleep, right? That's just our human brain that we want to get these things, but some things we actually have to just be, and then those things that we want come to us, and that's what I'm saying here. So you want to adapt the identity of someone who responds instead of reacts during the night. Okay, I'll say that one more time. You want to become the person that that takes on the identity of responding versus reacting during the night. Okay, so you want to be someone that stops monitoring time, stops checking their body, stops negotiating with sleep. You know, that's not discipline. That's essentially just safety that we're talking about. Okay, and that's what you're becoming. You're becoming someone who's safe enough to sleep. All right, so if this does resonate with you, hopefully it does. Hopefully you take this and you don't take this for granted, but you actually use this tonight when you are feeling sleepy. Just talk to yourself and just tell yourself, hey, I'm allowed to sleep tonight. Hey, I'm allowed to sleep tonight. Nothing bad is gonna happen. I'm totally 100% allowed to sleep tonight. And what that does is it kind of takes that pressure off once again for the sleep to actually occur, from you becoming the person that can sleep deeply. And that's exactly what someone with that mindset, with that psychology of sleeping deeply, that's how they think. And that's just a trick that you can use, right away to start shifting that internal state to match exactly, that deep sleep state that you want to achieve. So, if this does resonate with you, you're not alone. I want to say that. You're not doomed to live like this. I've had clients that have been struggling with sleep for years due to really kind of difficult, challenging situations that caused the sleep, where they had to take medications and then they wanted to get off the medications. I've had them be able to, achieve better sleep, and that's from using these tools too. Not everybody's the same, obviously, but that's what I do. I help people retrain their nervous system so they can sleep deeply, naturally, without forcing, without meds and supplements, but by really getting to the root of the problem and by really retraining their body. So if you want to learn more about this system, you can drop a comment and I'll send you a message. Or if you just want to show love and support, just go ahead and like and comment on this page, on this post here, and I'll start, or if you have a question, you can post a question, and I'll start addressing more questions too as we move along. So here's a cheers to the start of the week. I hope this is the week before Christmas. I hope you are being better. Hope you are 1% better today. Make sure to write down those goals. Get started on that New Year's resolution right now. Don't wait, don't wait to be great. So, hope everybody's doing well. Peace, love. Have a great week. Let's go.